Welcome to Girls Gone Wasteland, our post-apocalyptic girls trip for femmes and thems through the Joshua Tree Wasteland, approximately 200 years after the apocalypse. I am your storyteller for the night, Idly Wild. We're going to go around the circle and hopefully not have any more technical difficulties. We'll see. We're going to start over with Miriam at the top.
Shit, it's me.
Yeah.
Is there an echo? Is there something really bad happening?
No,
Before
it's
I
great for
continue.
me now.
Awesome. Hi, everybody. My name is Mermaid, they, she pronouns. And today I'm playing Pele, our very large, muscular woman in the middle of the desert. That's it. That's all.
Amazing. We're going to kick it over to Megan.
Hello, I'm Megan. I'm playing Farthing, 14-year-old chaos child who has secret conversations with the stars.
Hi guys, I'm playing Alecto, who is very excited to be driving the bus. But once again, I remind everyone, she never said she knew how to drive.
Yeah, well, I continue to go, who keeps giving Alecto the keys?
Hi, everyone. I am Victoria, and I'm playing Marnie John, our resident scientist who's obsessed with studying everything that comes across our path to the point where it gets a little annoying.
All right, up to B.
Hi guys, I'm Bee. I play Yvonne Sims, the socialite who has a questionable taste in men.
Amazing. And all the way up to Kaylee.
Hey guys, my name is Kaylee. I play Rosalind, and she's like a gritty, sarcastic investigator, auntie type. And it's my birthday.
It's your birthday. So this is a very special stream. I want everybody in the chat to start singing happy birthday in chat just to make it special and weird. Who gave me a microphone and the ability to tell people what to do? This was everybody's mistake in life. Anyway, we're going to start diving into our tale for the evening. The bone bus had rolled out of auto camp, leaving safety behind. You picked up Dolores, that interesting figure, 80 years old, practically a cryptid for living so long. Out in the wastelands, patched and wary, the desert hummed beneath tires. Wire snakes had coiled in shadows. The skeleton overpass had stretched above you, and you guys had dealt with the ribcage kids in one way or another. They had been negotiated with, and then you guys hit the road, heading to what Alecto's heard of as a junkyard, or a place at least to get scrap parts from the world left behind. And as a reminder, the road Queen's Trail points ever westward. But we're gonna, before we get to the rest of our highway heroines, we're gonna start with Farthing, who reached, suspiciously, this junkyard on foot. Junkyard? No, that's not what the sun-faded sign said. The Noah Purfoy Outdoor Desert Art Museum didn't look so much built as assembled from memory. Towers of welded scrap rose from the sand, shopping carts twisted into spires, televisions stacked like totems, bicycles frozen in midair. The wind threaded through hanging spoons and license plates, ringing uneven metallic chimes. Sand pooled in gutted bathtubs and softened seats of rusted cars. Not quite a ruin, not quite a memory, not quite a monument. It felt like somebody had tried to explain humanity using only what humanity had thrown away. Beneath its wind music, something hummed. History had been a hobby. Survival is now an art. Both had left the cost in metal. So Farthing.
Yeah, so Farthing's been walking. I probably walked mostly at night because that's when I can tell where I'm going. And I would have been going due west in whatever direction I thought was going to take me the quickest. I probably would have just missed the overpass because of the curve in the road and just basically triangulated. And as I get there, is there other people around? Is there anybody at this?
Not that you can see. All you see is the world left behind. There is wonderful artworks made from, as said before, the things that people normally throw away. Discarded bits of televisions, which you guys are slightly familiar with because you have one. There is beautiful archways, almost inverted, made out of toilets, creating a frame around the desert as if a picture frame in its own right, capturing the wasteland beauty from long before the world. You can
Cool.
see small lizards running across from small cactuses and the scrub brush that has now grown between these discarded pieces turned into art.
Do I know if the road goes here, or am I just on my way to the Salton Sea?
So you know that there are roads around here. They luckily for the bus in some ways, and horrifyingly for the bus, they're not paved. These
Right.
are dirt roads.
So I don't necessarily know that the bus is going to catch up with me anywhere soon.
Right.
I'm just passing through. Okay.
Yeah, you seem to
Yep.
be passing through, at least to your knowledge at this time.
So I figure I probably get there sometime in like the wee hours of the morning. And as the sun's coming up, I figure this is probably a pretty good spot to take a break because it looks like there's some shelter and, there might be some useful stuff. So I think that I would probably very cautiously do a little exploring of kind of the area to make sure that I'm alone and keep my kind of ears perked, but look for things that I could either like if I can pull a piece of the brush and do some dowsing to gather some more water, look for containers that could hold it, or anything that might make me a new barometer that would be more sturdy than the glass one, things like that. And then until it gets too hot, and then I'd probably find some shade and nap.
Okay. Roll me a wit to see what you can kind of like pick up from these pieces.
0 successes.
So you
5 dice.
I think it's almost a moment in Farthing's head of being not overwhelmed, because you're not overwhelmed, but there's just so many different options. And it's kind of, for being this outdoor art experience, a little overstimulating. I think Farthing gets confused when you come to an area that looks like voting booths. You don't really know what voting booths are, but they look almost like restroom stalls. And you can see that there are boots with people's pant legs torn by wind and sand, made of jeans. I think you just get kind of a little overstimulated by just how
Just get a
much
little distracted
stuff.
by how much cool stuff there is. And I'm assuming also a lot of it is probably like welded together. So, or like really well affixed. So I think then in that case, she probably just gets like super into like looking at everything and exploring. And then like suddenly realizes that it's really late and is like, oh no, I need to nap before I get like scorched by the sun if I'm going to be able to get up later and continue moving on.
You look over to one of the sides of this open expanse of art made from the debris of other people's lives, and you see this, what remains of like an ancient trailer. And then to the other side, you can see what looks like part of the art installation, but it looks almost homey, made out of repurposed wood. And there's more treasures and things underneath it, held up with old telephone poles. Further in, you can actually see what looks like a redone bivouac. So that is a metal structure usually used for, well, maybe Farthing doesn't know what a bivouac used to be used for, but it used to be used for housing large farm equipment or maybe airplanes. So those are your options.
Cool. I think she'd probably go for the smaller space because it would make her feel safer as far as like being able to tell if someone came in. So
Farthing, you find yourself as you go into this, what looks like probably to us in our modern day, not very homey, but in the apocalypse, it probably looks more like a house than the abandoned holdout metal trailer. And you go in and you kind of nestle in between the flotsam and jetsam of this art experience. Roll me another wit. Well, that's cocked, but we'll call it a success.
Yeah, I think the only part I can read is the 6.
As Farthing beds down in the heat of the day, you catch movement in this underground home that is sunken slightly into the sand. As you catch like a little gleam, almost as if light hitting glass. But that light should be pretty static. unless maybe the glass is moving. And that's
Yeah.
where we're going to bring in the rolling sound of flat tires, because I don't think you guys had changed the tires on the bone bus as you also roll into this beautiful, beautiful art museum. How's that driving going, Alecto?
It's probably really rough if we have one flat tire. We were able to change the other one, I think.
Yeah.
But the one that got messed up as we were leaving is still pretty messed up. So at this point, we're just on the iron. So we're a little tilted as we're pulling up to this area before, and she kind of just pulls the brake. There, see? I told you I'd get us here, and everyone's alive. Nobody is injured. That is the important thing. Nobody's injured. Now I need to go see if I can find a tire.
Good news. There are tons of tires here of many, many sizes. I almost said many different shapes and sizes, but tires tend to be singularly round. So that's the good news.
I also pulled the thing to open the door to the bus.
Amazing. How's everyone else doing on this bus after your brush with both romance and violence at the skeleton overpass?
Well, as people are like maybe tumbling out, I think that Farthing is gonna like kind of like peek out at them, and even though she knows them, I'm gonna wait and watch them for a little while.
I do remember before this session that somebody wanted to talk to Evie about her taste in men. So I will give that prompt.
Okay. Evie, come out to the get off the bus. Let's go.
Okay, geez.
You're not in trouble. I just want to have a heart to heart about stuff.
Okay, I mean, we could do it on the bus, but we could do it out here.
I don't want to be on the bus anymore. Alecto, no, it's rough riding.
Okay.
Okay, so I know you love your romance and your novels. I get it all. It's okay. You can have your fantasies or whatever. You do not have to cling to the first man we come across, Evie.
I mean, it wasn't clinging. He was just nice.
Okay, is that it then? Would you have done anything if I didn't say anything? Sorry, would you have done anything if I don't.
I probably not. I mean, his grandmother was watching.
This is true. Evie, I just want to be there for you while we're out here, and not. Most of the men you will come across in the desert are not nice and not good people. And I know he had some nice looking abs and he had muscles rippling across his body.
Really
but
good.
it's one part. It's just one part. Oh my gosh.
Okay, I get it. I understand what you're saying. I know you're just looking out for me.
Yes.
They were really nice abs, though. You have to admit.
I was not looking, so I have no
Yeah.
idea even what you're talking about.
Okay.
There will be more. I can assure you of that. The desert is littered with men. Some of them, most of them dead. Some of them, less of them, alive. And even less of them probably also have abs like, what was his fucking name? Lockjaw? I don't remember. Rockjaw?
I thought
right.
his name was Chad. Chad?
I've just sort of been. I wasn't actually listening to his name either. I was more,
Yeah.
was more
Yes.
focused on the other stuff.
And it's okay to look. It's okay to look. And then when the time is right, I will be pulling you away. For safety and for you.
Well, that's why I trust in you. I know you're here to keep me on the straight and narrow while I
Who said anything about the straight and narrow? I have weapons dealers that I have on speed dial. I
Okay,
am not
you
on
know
the
what?
straight and
That's
narrow.
fair. That's on me. That's my bad. You're just here to keep me
Safe.
focused-ish.
Yeah, focused, safe. I don't care what you focus on, as long as it's not shit men that we come across one time and hopefully we'll never have to see again.
Okay. Well, we might have to pass on the way back home. So,
We could go around. I'll talk to Alecto. We'll find a different way back.
uh-oh.
It's very quietly and privately to herself. Farthing's kind of like, I don't think you're really selling not falling for that guy.
Marnie John, how are you feeling now that you're once again on a bus that you did not like last time? And now you're stopped again.
So, Marnie John, I would have to say that since this is the second time that she's been dealing with a bus, she's actually feeling better. She's not perfect. It's by any means necessary, but she's not as pallid and as moist as she was the first time. So she has a little bit of she has a little bit of wherewithal. So I think she's sitting in the back and she takes a big deep breath. and realizes that it may not smell as great as you want it to. So, little cough out there. She looks around and she grabs a couple sample bags and sticks them on her belt. And she like grabs onto the bus seats and she stands up and she makes her way to the front. And she kind of stumbles out a little bit, but it's not as bad. And she stands outside of the bus and she looks around and she sees Evie and Pele over by wherever they are, and she waves at them. Hi, I'm just gonna go get some fresh. Yeah, I'm just fresh, fresh. And she just kind of like moseys off and you can see that she's kind of just trying to keep her balance and trying to keep herself from maybe letting go of whatever left of lunch that she has, while at the same time kind of keeping her eyes on the ground and seeing if she can find any new plant or bug or insect or sample that she can put into a baggie.
Okay. You can roll wits to see what you can find.
Wits. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I did not get it. It did not win. No success.
I think that feeling of still being motion sick is getting better, the best of you. It's kind of the best way I can think of to describe it is like when you've been on a boat and you can still feel the sway of the water even when you're back on the land. That is currently the closest approximation that Marnie John is feeling as you try to find anything to center yourself on and take your mind off of it, and it's just you can't quite yet. Rosalind, you're on the bone bus, and I think it's been about a day since you guys had left auto camp, and I think you've seen maybe a hint of the journal that Alecto found in the day before, and you think of what day it is, and it comes to your mind today might have some importance to you. It is your birthday as well.
I just realized that now. So she doesn't like the bus. It's very oppressive. And also, she's not a big fan of all of the people she's been forced to share an extended period of time with. Don't get me wrong, she likes them, but she likes them with less interaction. So she's basically just sort of sitting there like, can you get out of the bus now? Oh, God. I can't tell anyone it's my birthday because they're going to be weird about it. Can't do it. Nobody needs to know. Just me. Just myself.
Are you saying this out loud?
Maybe.
Can I
Just
roll to see
muttering
if I
to
hear this?
herself.
Yeah,
Please?
yeah.
She's
Okay.
muttering to
Roll the
herself in the
appropriate
corner.
Yeah,
but-
same.
I will
Uh,
also do that since I'm close by.
Do you think that's
Yeah.
empathy
Basically
or wit?
bus
Everybody just throw a bunch of dice on that dice roll.
Hell yeah.
And
I'm gonna go with wits for
So-
me personally.
Rosalind is basically
Yeah.
bus drunk at this point, and she doesn't know what she's doing. She's like, "Shit, sleep. Get out of bed."
Farthing
Oh.
definitely hears it. Oh, sorry. Let me pick up my
Yeah.
dice so everyone else can see theirs. Just like starts frantically looking through her farmanic to see if there's anything like interesting or important on this date other than Rosalind's birthday.
Now I have to think of what's in the farmer's almanac. Oh,
Yeah, there's like astrology stuff. There's like when to plant stuff. There's like when like good times. There's like generalized astrology stuff too of like when the planets are at different places. What else is there? There's like what season it is and what season it's turning into. Tools for things like her almanac might not have like an article on like how to use a sextant, but she definitely learned from another one, things. There's like articles on things like that on like farming and like stuff.
I think in
Yeah.
the farmanac that you have, it is also a several different holidays like it is today. We'll use that
Yeah.
in
Perfect.
It's Lunar
Yeah,
New
yeah.
Year and Mardi Gras today.
Fat Tuesday.
Yeah. And tomorrow is Ash Wednesday.
So
So basically
big
it's the
day.
things we have today.
Yeah.
Okay, which means it's also a dark moon because Lunar New Year is always on the dark moon. Perfect. Great. So I think she's gonna start looking around to see if she can find like anything with a moon on it or anything that's like gold or green or like I don't think there's gonna be snacks here, but snacks or like anything that has a baby on it.
So you're able to look around this area. Roll me one more wits check, and I'm going to pop over to the other people that I believe got successes for hearing Rosalind's internal monologue.
I got 2 successes.
You got 2 successes? Okay, so Pele,
Yeah.
you heard all of that. You got that she doesn't want people to know it's her birthday, that people will
shit.
make a big deal out of it.
Fuck. Evie, did you get any successes?
No, I got
Okay.
all 2s and 1 1. So while Pele was hearing the monologue, Evie was looking over at Pele and being like, well, Pele also has like muscles.
Thinking about the abs.
Yeah. The abs
I just don't even
conversation
take
was
my
like,
shit.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
What were you
And then
saying?
I, like-
Sorry, you said what?
I'm gonna put my arm around your neck and we're gonna like walk away from the bus. I'm gonna be like, it's Rosalind's birthday today. Like, it's her day of birth. We have to do something. She says she doesn't want to do anything. I don't care. We're gonna do something fun.
I mean, yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
My gosh, we don't even have a present for her.
We have to go find one. There's a bunch of junk. There's a lot of stuff over there.
Yeah, absolutely. Wait, do I know if any of us know how to craft anything?
You know that Alecto's pretty handy, and you think Marnie John might be handy, but you're not really sure.
I mean, all of
Okay.
them are outside of the bone bus right now, right? Like, we're all pretty much out. So I'm just gonna gather everybody up. Just be like, okay, we have a birthday. We have to do something. Something. I don't know what, but I'm here because I have the ears to hear things. And I heard it. She doesn't want it, so we have to make it big. You know?
I will say Alecto is not in this huddle. She is in a pile of tires trying to find the right one. So when you called, I was like, she's calling like, I think I'm stuck.
Maybe let's go over there. Let's go get Alecto. We need as many bodies as we can for this.
I start looking around for Marnie John.
Having been unsuccessful in finding any samples for my sample pouches, but I am now feeling better now that I have gotten some air. You see, I come sauntering back to the group, even though, like, because Pele has been trying to get me back, and I know that everybody's trying to get me back, so I'm coming back over to the group. I did have successes for hearing the monologue, so I do know already that it is the birthday day.
And this we're gonna make it big. You agree, right? Like, this is what we do.
Absolutely. Listen, Marnie John is the type of person who absolutely loves a good party. So let's party. Let's get some pop for the party.
Yeah, she's so excited. I would love to see if you know what? I know what. Now, we don't have the things that we need to make a cake, but I bet you that we can, like, put something together real snazzy, like, right? So if we go ahead and we take a look, at all the pieces, there's got to be some pieces to make. You know what? There's a rubber over here. Maybe I could go ahead and take some of this rubber that came from this tire and I could, like, blow it up and it could be like a balloon. I heard that those used to exist back in the day. I know we haven't had any for forever, but I think I know what I could make. I could probably make one, right? And so, like,
How
she
is-
starts digging through stuff.
How is she still so loud when I'm stuck in a bunch of tires?
You know, I asked
It
that
comes through
every time she
crystal
would say that.
clear.
Alecto, are you actually stuck?
I'm not entirely sure. There's lots of tires. I don't know which one is the right one. So I also think my leg is caught on one. But I see the light above me, so I think I'm still okay.
Okay. You and go over and try to climb over and try to help and see if she can see.
Look down. It clearly, like, this had been like a pyramid of tires that she like collapses, so she's like in the center.
Yep, you're really stuck in there. Okay. I'm going to try to reach down and see if I can help her out of there.
Whose birthday is it? I keep hearing something about birthdays.
Apparently, it's Rosalind's birthday, and we don't have anything to make a cake, and now I'm going to be stressed about that all morning. Give me your hand.
What about a tire cake? As she's trying to like reach up to it.
And like
I hear that and I
while
scream. I was thinking that too.
while Evie's lifting her out, like she has this thought on her face, like, can people actually eat tires?
No. It's just it's the looks. It's the looks, Evie. It's like that boy you liked with the abs or whatever. It's just for looks, right?
So I did
So while all of this, I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. I didn't get any
No, while all of
successes,
this is, I'm sorry.
Go. It's your birthday. Go.
Okay. While all of this is happening, Rosalind is like making her way grumpily out the bus door. She's just kind of holding on to the thing. She looks around. Something feels really weird. There's really bad vibes. Are there any crazy old women out here?
You can roll like a wit check to look around.
No, I'm trying to say that, like, instead of understanding what's happening around her, like, they figured out it was her birthday.
Okay.
She misunderstands, and she's like, "There's a crazy old woman out here with more grandchildren, isn't there?" Okay, I'm gonna have to be alert.
Built out of this reclaimed wood, Farthing, you can almost catch out of the glimpse of your eye that gleam of that moving light on glass again. Only this time, it's almost as if like a light bright is turning on, where little pops of color pop up.
Ooh, I'm gonna go look for that. And even though I didn't get any successes, can I take as long as it takes to find anything that literally has anything related to any of the holidays? Like, it could be a horse, it could be a tiny baby that's like a plastic baby, it could be like
Mhm.
dealer's choice on your end, what she finds.
You are able to find in the sand broken bottles turned to sea glass, not from the waves of the ocean, but from the wind and sand of the desert. You are able to find these bright shards of green and blue broken glass with all of its edges filed down. You can find at least a handful of that.
Great. I take all of them, and anything that's green or like yellow or purple, I like set aside and I put the rest in my pocket.
And you go looking for the bright lights as well. It looks almost like a television huddled in the corner in a pile of other TVs. Would I say that this is art that is very esoteric to understand? There is just a pile of TVs in the corner, artfully placed with purpose. What that purpose is, you're not really sure. But amongst them, there is a smaller one that has lit up and seems almost trying to blend in with the other television.
Hello? Is there somebody in there?
There is a slight whir as it says, Halo is hiding.
I'm also hiding. We can hide together.
Okay.
And I like
there's
hunker down next to whatever little like robot creature might be there and like get really low.
And you get a better look. This is what looks like a CRT TV with a tiny toddler-sized mechanical body and like this comically large head. And on the side, you can see the markings of the type of robot it used to be. Its name is Talo on the side.
Hi, Taylor. Hi, Taylor. I'm Farthing. Do you live here?
Huh? Somebody has to watch the museum.
Was I supposed to pay entry fee to the museum?
There's a donation box outside.
Oh, okay.
What's your name?
My name's Farthing. There's gonna be a birthday party later. Should we go?
There's like almost an excited little like shimmy and
Okay, I found it's also Mardi Gras. So that means Fat Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? I guess it must be Tuesday. And so because it's Mardi Gras, I got these colored pieces of glass for my friend. Do you want to take some of them and also give them as a gift?
Sure, and you can see these the small screen lights up and flickers, forming pixelated eyes that blink and a little mouth of static form. And then it has two little clawy hands. And as it starts to like awkwardly roll around on this like single like unicycle wheel that looks really awkward for this toddler-sized TV robot.
Oh, buddy. Cool. So we just chill until it seems like a good time to surprise everybody with being at the party, because obviously every birthday party is a surprise party.
Yeah, especially when you don't know the date. Every birthday is a surprise birthday. Alecto, were you able to get out of your tire?
Yeah,
prison?
I was gonna ask, do I need to roll to lift
Yeah.
Alecto out of this pile of tires?
And
Because
can I
full
provide a help
disclosure-
action?
Yes.
Full disclosure, Alecto is holding a tire. She does have one. It's just, she's holding on to it. She can't get it out. So as you're pulling her, she's like, yeah, go for it. And she's like trying to use the leverage to pull the tire up too.
Evie, why don't you roll with 2 bonus dice as Alecto and Pele are helping you? I'm going to tell you, you're going to need 2 successes with body or strength because Alecto is trying to also pull out a tire.
Yep. Here goes. I got 1 success and 2 are cocked, but I think they're not successes. Yeah, just 1 success.
All right, you're able to get a pretty good handle on Alecto, but the tire at the bottom of the pile that Alecto is trying to get gets like wedged within the pile of tires.
Alecto, we can get that later. You're
Okay,
kinda stuck.
Yeah, it's just this is the perfect size for the bus. But
Yeah, I know.
okay,
I know. We can get
oh,
it in a second, but I think I'm gonna. If you don't let go, I might drop you.
fine. I have an idea. And she lets go. So then you're able to like or like yank her
Wait, what does she let go of? Does she let go of Evie or does she let go of the tire?
of the tire of the tire. Let's go of the tire. We're gonna try a different tire.
All right, Alecto, you are pulled to, well, the best approximation to safety that the Wasteland has. Okay, out of the tires.
So all I need is a couple of maybe like a metal bar or a wooden bar might work, but it could break. I also need rope. And then she looked up. There's no see tree branches. I'll make it work. What was this about birthdays and cakes and presents? What's going on?
How close is Rosalind to the group by now? Because I know she came out of the bus. You're muted. You're muted.
She's just kind of holding on to the handle of the door to the bus, kind of just standing there like, I never want to ride on this bus again. Hate this thing. Why is everyone so happy? Just in her misery. In her misery.
Evie makes sure that Rosalind isn't close enough to hear, and then she like does that like the handcuff thing. And it's like, it's Rosalind's birthday, and we're gonna surprise her.
Okay, so does she know it's her birthday?
I think so. Yeah.
Is that something
yeah.
people know?
We all know. I heard her say she didn't want a birthday, so we're gonna make it even bigger.
Oh, okay, that's totally down.
Yeah.
Fireworks. Heard about them. I saw them in a couple of things. I think you basically get a canister and you fill it with like things that are colorful and then you blow it up, but like you have to shoot it in the sky and then like lights or like color comes out of it. But they look a little bit like lights. So supposedly work better at night, but those would be really cool.
Do we have those?
I can try to make it. There's lots of stuff here. I see color everywhere.
You know, maybe we do it during the day though, because if we do that at night, everyone in the desert's gonna know where we are.
Make them small and daylight. Got it.
Sure.
But Alecto does turn around, and what I'm essentially going to basically make is like a confetti cannon. She just in her mind, it's not. In her mind, it's a firework. She doesn't understand, but like we're gonna go try and make a confetti cannon.
Wait, is it confetti like paper, or are you putting shrapnel in there?
Whatever
One of
I
both.
find in this area, whatever I find in the area is what I'm going to use. So she's looking
Making
for
a mortar.
colorful-
Brightly colored grenade. What?
Roll your scavenging, which would probably be a wits roll, unless you want to negotiate differently. I think you muted.
I'll go with the wits roll. Sorry, and roll. Yes, one. I got one.
Okay.
I got one.
You go through the many displays and you're able to find enough remnants of brightly colored material that you think you could make into some form of confetti firearm, confetti mortar. Who knows?
Gathers everything up. She's very excited. I think Pele wants to really hone in on the tire cake.
Not to eat. And looks at Evie. Not to eat. We're not eating. It's just for decorations. It's for the vibes.
Okay. Well, I
And-
mean, it could also be an interesting experiment because, like, I don't know, maybe we could eat tires and we haven't tried.
I don't want to eat rubber, but that's just my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? But also, I don't drink the dirt that is, mixed for the morning meals. So I could be missing out on a lot. But for now, no rubber in my body for today.
Okay.
And
Yeah, and
then-
Evie is also gonna help look for the tires while like going to the pile that Alecto was stuck in, so we can also get the tire that she was trying to lift out with her.
Yeah. I think Pele wants to show off to be like, Evie, there are other people in the wasteland that isn't that one guy that you saw. And so like Pele is gonna attempt to hold like 4 tires at once.
Amazing. Roll strength.
Okay. Strength.
Please let this work. Please.
Please let this work.
You're ready to knock on wood.
Fuck. No, I didn't.
So close.
So close.
You do make a good show of it as you try to take 4 tires out of this like tower of tires built into almost what looks like a sandcastle shape of tires, but they're heavy tires. Usually we use a forklift, not a Pele lift for this many tires, and you're able to like hop up, but then you realize you lifted a little bad and now the small of your back hurts. just enough for it to be annoying. And you feel that sense of gravity as you have to set it back down.
You know, it's easier if you take multiple trips. Not pick up one.
How are you guys going to craft it into a cake? What are some ideas?
Well, I mean, it's sort of cake shaped.
What I was thinking.
You just need something to cover up like the top and maybe something flammable on top.
We could put the confetti cannon
confetti
that
cannon.
Alecto is making and
The
shoot up.
fireworks.
Yeah. And then maybe we could the pictures I've seen of birthday cakes, they have those like fire things that kind of stick out. But if we're doing the fireworks from the inside, then we could just like put nails or like, you know, something to make it like spiky like that, you know? That's kind of my thoughts.
Decoration.
So-
And then
Yes, absolutely.
and then we could like put them together so that they don't fall. And then other ones can like stick up and out, and then we can maybe find some like cool colors or something to like make it all colorful.
Oh, you know what I've seen in like those really old magazines? There's like levels to the cake, so we can make multiple layers of the cake too.
As Farthing
love
just
that.
watches everybody else in the entire campaign die of a shrapnel birthday cake made out of a tire. Idly's just like, well, Megan, you're the only player now.
It's just you
I
and
do
Halo
wanna
now
say-
versus the world.
I do want to say, as an aside, that this is very on with my actual birthday in real life. So, disaster day.
Not a tire fire, a tire explosion of joy. Just like
Joy.
every birthday.
So okay, wait, was it? Yeah, okay. At this point, I would love to know whether or not Marnie has succeeded at gathering balloons. Can I roll to see if she succeeded in the balloon gathering?
yeah,
What would that be? Would that be wits or strength?
probably wits.
Wits. Okay, so that's
Unless
about-
you're gonna physically make a tire into balloon, which would be very difficult.
it would be very difficult. No, I think okay. Yes, wits. Yes, so 4. All right, 1, 2. Okay, she did not win. She did not succeed. Here comes Marnie. This whole time you guys are having this discussion about the shrapnel cake, the death cake. Marnie has like wandered back over with a single piece of like plastic or rubber. So like, you know, there's the tire outside that's really hard, and then there's the inner tube of the tire. So she found some inner tube of the tire, and then she has tied one end up really tight. And so she's sitting over there, kind of legs splayed out to the side, sitting there with this tube, and she's just she's blowing as hard as she possibly could, and her face is getting red, and she just nothing is happening. It's a floppy tube of nothing. And she like looks up from this sad tube with like, now she's got like a dirt face because she's been trying to blow this tube up so she's been trying so hard, and she's like slightly glistening with sweat because she's been trying so hard. And she just looks up at them and she's like, glue! You need glue for the cake. And then she just goes back trying to blow this one singular non-active balloon up.
If Alecto could probably notice Marnie real quick, just as she's doing that, you see Alecto with the canister, and she's like stuffing all types of these like small colorful things into the canister. So what if you like melted some of it till it's like maybe like a little more flexible, and then try to make it like circular and then blow? Just a thought. I don't know if that would help.
Well, we could melt it, but here's the problem. If I try to melt it, then I'd have to be really, really careful about how much heat I put on it because I could melt it all the way. And if we melt it all the way, then it becomes glue. And she gets so excited about like this discovery that she's just made. She's like, never mind. We don't need balloons. We need glue. And she brings it over to where the cake is being made. And she starts like trying to like rip it apart into like little strips so that we can figure out how to melt it for the glue.
From Farthing and Talo's little hidey spot, Talo seems to think for a moment. There's like a whir of almost like a computer motor fan in his little head inside of the television, and he makes a little like dot art of a balloon.
Is that it? It's a balloon? I've never really seen a balloon in real life, but I think that looks like a picture of a balloon.
And he just does like this another little like shoulder shimmy as his wheel squeaks.
She does the same thing. Yeah, fun.
I'm glad you guys like the museum.
Yeah, are you
gonna stay here forever?
Somebody has to watch it.
What?
Keep it in wonderful shape. And he like gestures out with his little like robot claw hand at all of the sun-bleached detritus of the world.
Do a lot of people come and mess up the wonderful shape?
They mostly make fun of the toilets. I don't know why.
What? The toilets are so cool. They like make that perfect arch, and then you can look through and see the beautiful desert on the other side. It's like a picture frame. Is it because it's toilets that they make fun of it?
I guess so. I don't even know.
mean,
And he
they're
makes
for-
the shape again, but he clearly does not understand as a robot.
They're for sometimes they're for like gross stuff that people do, but those ones are like clean. It would be really hard to do gross stuff in those, especially the ones on the top, because you might fall. What happens if there's not someone here to take care of it?
I've been here the whole.
By yourself?
There were other people. They live over there. And he gestures to like this remains of the trailer and then across the street. And there were people there. And you can see like a husk of a house that looked like it was maybe at one time pretty nice, but now like it's in almost worse shape than the museum. The roofs have caved in. There's a no cars in the driveway, broken glass windows. It seems like if anybody had lived there, they've been long.
I mean, you've clearly done like a really good job here because everything is in wonderful shape. But like, what's the worst that would happen if you left?
And there's that like whirring sound of like the fan trying to like keep up with the thoughts in its own little mechanical brain.
Okay. I mean, it's your choice though, right? Like, you don't have to stay. You don't have to go either, but like, you could do whatever makes you the happiest. And if the happiest is keeping this place in wonderful shape, then I think you're doing a great job. But, that's what I always think. What's the worst that could happen if things changed? And if the worst that could happen is not that bad, then I do whatever I want.
From your friends.
Because it's a surprise birthday party. When the cake's done, we'll burst out of the... Wait, no, we can't burst out of the cake. So that seems kind of dangerous right now, considering the cake toppings. But we can burst out of here. Like, that's what they say, like, on the radio or on the TV when there's a surprise birthday party. So I think that's, when the cake happens, then we yell, surprise, and we jump out.
We can do that. And he does like, even though he's like crouched, he does like a single unicycle hop.
Wow, you're really good at that.
Yeah. I've been practicing and then there's that sound of the whirring fan. You can hear that there's a little bit of like sand in his components. 40 years? No, I'm older than 40. I'm 50? I don't know.
That's okay. You got really good at it, however long it was.
He holds up a claw. I'm this many. Guess however many a clawed hand is.
Cool.
Rosalind, what are you up to as everybody is planning your birthday and seems to be distracted from the task at hand, which was getting stuff for the radio apparatus, which is, I think, why we're here.
Yeah, so obviously that bad feeling that she had when she was getting off the bus is sort of looming still in her mind. And she's just kind of like, why did everyone being so weird? Well, now they're always weird. Why do I even ask? Let me just look around, see if I can find anything, see if there's anything of value, in like the touristy parts of this place. A vending machine with like 500-year-old granola bars or something. Just sort of look through everything, sort of investigate the place a little bit, and keep her distance from the rest of the group because they're being really weird, and she's not vibing with that right now. She wants to be left alone.
See what you can find of either value or valuable to your mission.
Okay, changed on my wits, and then 2, and then roll.
Heck yeah. You are able to find several different things. Using the word touristy is not or refined or really vending machines Those have never existed, even in this fictional world version of this outdoor art museum, as it's literally in what looks like somebody's yard. Rosalind, you can kind of put together that like the artist who lived here had made it both his home and his life's work towards the end of his life. You walk around and you can see broken screens leaning against each other like exhausted sentries, drifting across their glass faces, kind of have like a feeling of like the deeper meanings that are lost. You can also see a welded cage made of shopping carts that cast long bars across the sand. It looks like containment. It looks like somebody tried to trap almost the light itself. One other thing that you do find is a throne assembled from broken appliances, and you kind of put it together that this might have meant power without foundation, a seat made of consumption, made of the debris of things left behind. You do find some useful things, though. You are able to find, let's see, I have a little chart. We'll say you find 3 things off of this. You're able to find what looks like, maybe not from the artist themselves, but from the nearby houses in the little neighborhood put together. You're able to find some bone pale solar panels, cracked, but they seem like they might still work, that you could maybe use to power a radio relay tower. You're not really sure. Mechanics are not your strong suit, but you're the only one looking at this point. And you're looking for things that look vaguely like the other stuff. You're able to find some copper spirals in a large sculpture that vibrates faintly. You're not really sure what you could use copper for, but maybe if you worked with Alecto later. And let's see, you also find some rubber tiles that you think might be useful. Rubber seems to be used in a lot of electronics, and it's not made of tire. It's made out of floor tiles. So at least it's different.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Gather it all up, and I'm bringing it back, putting it in like a little pile. Maybe when everyone stops being weird, they can come over and just we can figure out like if somebody knows what any of this stuff is. I'm just gonna like arrange it, try to clean up some stuff. I'm really thinking about like the art that I just saw and like the understanding that I have with how technology works in this world and how technology must have worked back before the end of the world. And it's just kind of like this deep contemplation while I'm busily just doing like this little task that doesn't really need to be done.
It needs to be done. Let the
No.
DM remind you of what we were doing.
I meant like stacking it by
Okay.
size and
Got
like
it.
scrubbing like the dirt off of it. And yeah, like she's just doing busy work, waiting for everybody else to just like figure out what they're doing.
Okay.
I did my fair share. Like, what's going on over here?
So you've Evie, Alecto, Marnie John, and Pele. I want you guys to roll to see how good this cake is. You guys tell me what stat you're rolling, and we're gonna roll with that for cake making out of tires and shrapnel and explosives. This is the world's scariest pipe bomb, everybody.
As for the mechanic talent, I believe wits is what I am rolling for all of this, for all of that. So 6. Is everyone else rolling?
I'm gonna go with strength, and I'm gonna be like physically holding things together for people to like decorate it because I don't think I have anything else I can do here.
I second everything Bijou said, but taller.
But better.
Okay, so with this being said, it makes me feel like I want to roll for agility so I can like get up on the top, but my agility is 2. So I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll for agility
Well,
because that
I
just
mean,
makes sense. Because if you two are holding it, it's either that or
Yeah.
wits, and wits is 4.
You can you get bonus die because there's 2 of us holding this steady?
Yeah, sure.
So that would make it 4. I think it right. 1 dice per person. Okay, cool.
I was trying to rig the confetti cannon on the center with like a string so nobody has to be inside the thing to pull it, which she considered, but I think Pele or Evie would have been like, no. So she's just trying to like thread a string
Yeah.
through, making sure everything's set up.
I think I would be like, okay, so like, what are you making? Like, what does a firework, what do you mean by a firework? Then you explain
Okay.
it to me and I'm like, oh, you're making a bomb. Okay. We have to be at least 50 feet away from this so that it's not as bad, because if we're right on it and we're at point blank, that's like worse. So when Rosalind comes over, we all 50 feet back and we watch it. And we should probably move the bus, like behind our building over there.
I would think that we would have already gotten the tire, and she has it already propped up near the bus for when we eventually get to that. But yeah, she's threading a string.
Okay,
We're ready.
everybody roll and
Okay,
tell me
who
your
rolls
collective
first?
amount of sixes.
Got one.
I got 2.
I did not succeed.
I got one.
It's 4 total. 4 total
Yeah.
successes. You guys have made something beautiful that I believe that the artist Noah Purfoy would both be terrified of and a little disgruntled that you used his artwork to do so, but also a little proud as you guys make a bomb birthday cake in both a figurative and literal sense. You guys did not absolutely fail, so hopefully that bodes well for your guys' life.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we're ready. Has anyone seen Rosalind? I haven't seen her anywhere.
We all turn to look.
I'm literally by the bus, just using a toothbrush on a metal foil.
She's doing something weird over there, I think. I didn't get a good
Rosalind.
look.
Rosalind, come
Taylor,
come
are
over
you ready?
here.
Marnie realizes that Pele isn't quite loud enough, so she just screams, "Yeah!" And that's
Okay, but puts it down, like the stuff on her.
and we're like sneaking kind of to
Yeah.
get closer, but like behind something. I really hope that Farthing doesn't get shot.
Yeah, roll. I forgot to write down Taylor's stats. He does have stats, but I think 2 for a one-wheeled robot is probably good.
None
No
of
one-
us
no
get
one hears.
successes. We're
This is
so,
the
hopefully it's
loudest-
loud enough.
I'm going to turn around and pull my knife out to whatever just fucking made noise behind us.
And this small toddler-sized TV-headed robot with one bike wheel that looks like he's also made out of the same refuse of this junkyard.
What are you doing? Dude, how did you get here? My God, what is that?
And he
He's
just
like
kind of
really
waves at you
trying
with
to
a
like
claw.
silently tell her to be quiet that we're sneaking.
I don't know. Lynn, wow. So, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Sometimes when you say monologues to yourself, some of us can hear it.
Oh,
Excuse me,
no.
the sand is in my throat. So when you were talking in the bus about your birthday,
Oh no,
I heard that.
you can forget about it. Like
I
okay.
didn't, and I told everybody else, and we made you stuff. And there's also another surprise that I'm supposed to not tell you about until they are comfortable coming out and saying hello, if that makes sense. I don't know what the fuck that means, but
Is it aliens?
then
It's
I,
aliens,
like-
isn't it? I absolutely.
I wish it were aliens. That'd be so cool. But you said that they were in the ocean, so we have to get
We're
there
next
first.
to the ocean.
There's no ocean here. It's just like desert, more desert. It's sand in these parts. Anyways, and then I like step away, and then you see a multi-tiered tire cake with
And
nails and
What-
screws sticking out of
what-
them.
What is
Unprompted
it?
because no one talked about like the timing. We starts bursting into song as "Happy Birthday" all on her own.
She's halfway through the
Yeah.
song. Happy birthday! It's happy birthday! Pulls the string.
And as soon as the explosion goes off, and
Wait,
Taylor
how
would
close?
jump out. Not that close because we were still sneaking.
No,
jump
how
out.
close am I to the cake? Because I got called over.
No.
And now
I
we're
made
not
sure that
close.
I made sure that you were near us. You
Okay.
had to come over, and so the closest person is probably Alecto because Alecto has the string, and we couldn't find a 50-foot string. Alecto is in the most danger out of all of us because that's what they wanted to do.
Right, it goes like explosion, and then right behind you, thing, and Taylor would just jump out and go, surprise!
Rosalind lets out the most blood-curdling scream you've ever heard in your entire life. Like,
Taylor's
if
Taylor's
she could have
face.
been an opera singer, it just emotes right out of her face. And she's like, why are things
It's for your birthday. We wanted to make a big surprise.
I think we surprised her, Taylor. Good job.
Yay! And on his birthday, on his like little TV screen head says "Happy Birthday, whoever you are."
What is it?
Her name. You see Alecto running past the smoke and the colored papers and confetti that are around, and she's just like covered in like the smoke dust, and she's like her face is like gray ash on it. She's like, "Happy birthday, Rosalind!" And she's gonna try and give Rosalind a hug.
So you explode stuff, there's an alien or whatever this is, and now you're attacking me physically?
No, it's for a hug. We're not trying to hurt you with a hug. It's supposed to be supportive.
Do you
Group
know
hug.
how spiky and painful she is? She's got stuff everywhere in her clothing.
Oh, you're
tools
so
and
right. I
stuff.
forgot about that.
She just
Mm.
slammed full force into me. I have bruises now, and you also almost
But-
blew me up.
They're loving bruises because we love you and we wanted to do something for your birthday.
I have a present for you.
Okay.
And I dig in my pocket and I pull out the green and the gold and the purple glass and I sort of like gesture to Taylor to get theirs out too. And I plop them into Rosalind's hand and then I go, I think you're supposed to take your shirt off now.
What are you talking about? Why are we taking our shirts off?
For the Marty's grass.
Marty's grass?
Yeah, I
The
don't know who
fuck
Marty
is that?
is or why he has grass, but apparently you or I guess instead of taking your shirt off, you could eat cake and try to find the tiny baby.
I found a
I
tiny
haven't seen a
baby and I
baby.
point at the robot. That's the
I
size
haven't
of a
even
We had
had
large baby.
cake, and we had cake. And Evie gestures to the, I believe, waiter behind
And we'll
us.
have good luck for the rest of the year.
I'm so confused, but
It's your birthday.
Happy
Happy birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday.
We just don't remember the birthday song anymore, so this is now the birthday song.
It's the day you were born, so we say happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
she's just looking at the crater, and there's like just the smoke coming out of it. There's like little colored things still in the air. And she's like, you know what? This is actually the best birthday I've ever had compared to everything else.
Evie
Thank you.
folds herself into the hug as well and goes, group hug. Marty just starts crying.
Rosalind is in true psychic pain right now.
And there's a certain beauty to this, if you think about it, that even a very strange art museum in the apocalypse, there are people still finding comfort in what they believe are rituals and the things you're supposed to do when somebody's birthday comes around. There's something unmistakably still human in that moment where you guys are able to kind of come together and make Rosalind one heck of a birthday cake and have like that feeling of tradition, even if you don't really know why with Marty's grass, these things occur, but you guys are still doing them anyway. And there's still like something so beautiful about that. And with that, we're going to take a 10-minute break. Thank you, everybody, for staying tuned for this wild surprise birthday. I think we're all surprised that there's a surprise birthday. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Hi, everybody. We're back. So you guys are having this wonderful birthday. You're not really quite sure, but it seems birthday adjacent. What are you guys going to do next in this museum?
How'd you end up here? Hi, guys. Wow, you caught up to me fast. I'm kind of surprised.
You got like a little further than we thought you would because we came here on a bus and you didn't.
Yeah, but I had a straight line and the stars talked to me, so
That's fair.
Okay. What?
yeah, you're all here. She just glosses right over the stars talk to me part.
Yeah. Evie's like, yeah, this checks out. She says this all the time. By the way, who's your little friend?
Yeah, hey everybody. This is Talo. I just met them today. They have really good hams and they're this many years old.
I was standing behind Farthing with a wrench.
What is that? Alecto. I'm going to put my arm around Alecto. Oh my gosh. Can I have that wrench for a second?
Oh, I think I'm gonna need this. No, I don't need this one. I need the bigger one for the tire.
No. You're just going to stay in my arm and we're going to meet this cute little
Friend.
robot
Friend.
thing.
Mechanical.
Friend.
I see bolts. Bolts come off.
Alecto. Look at me. Look at me for a quick second. We just met them. Let's give it like a couple of hours before we even try to do anything with your wrenches.
Friend, not project. Friend,
That too.
not project. Repeat it.
Friend.
Friend,
Next project?
not project.
But I'll
Okay.
bet you that they could show you where there's some good projects.
Ooh, so useful. Useful not
They
useful
know this
not being
place
not
so
being
well.
taken apart.
They're the curator. They're the caretaker. They're the is curator a word? They're the curator. They do that. Yeah, they do that for here. So they've kept it in, and she does it exactly how Taylor did it. Wonderful condition.
Okay. I'm not gonna take apart the cute thing. But if it has like decommissioned friends, let me know. And she's gonna go work on the tire and fix the bus.
So what are you guys here for? Just tires?
Yeah, we got shot at earlier and we needed to change the tires.
Whoa, that's cool. I mean, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it really was. We made some new friends. You
You're
see, like
not allowed to
there's a
date
certain
them.
there's a certain inflection to the way she says friends.
You're not
Oh.
allowed to date them.
I heard the one with the
And how much did you hear?
What?
How long have you been here? You're very cute when you do that, but it's kind of creepy that you said that. But you're still very cute. Taylor, what will it take for you to get on the bone bus with us?
What are we taking?
You come with us.
Stay here.
What is
Supposed
the
to?
worst thing that would happen if you didn't stay here? Because then, if the worst thing's not that bad, you can do whatever you want, which could become on the
Talo
bus.
takes his little claw hand and gestures to the hole in the ground where the birthday cake was.
Well, but that happened while you were here.
It's true.
Yeah, you did technically allow it to happen.
I mean,
I'm
it's
just
okay
saying.
if you want to stay. I just want to make sure that you do what is in your heart and what the lights in your TV tell you to do and not something somebody else told you to do.
And there's like a long, like electronic that doesn't sound quite in tune, but like very monotone and flat, like it's thinking. And you can actually see the little ellipses come up on like the little digital screen on his face.
Okay, well that's fine. You can think about it if you want. And I kind of like make eyes at Pele because we're all in charge of our own destinies, like I was and you were. And we all got here because we wanted to be here. I kind of make
Farthing, we're gonna have a
eyeballs at
conversation.
everybody.
We're just gonna have to talk later. And if you ask Evie, I do follow up on these things.
Yeah,
She
'cause-
does.
Very much so. We'll talk later. Not too in depth. Whatever you want to share.
oh
Also
right,
consider.
because you asked how I got here. I mean, like, yeah, Taylor's been here the whole time, but the whole time seems to be like a really long time, and I haven't been here that long. I've only been here since the North Star was like just about to set, and then I didn't find any water, but I did find those glass pieces. I don't know, like
Yes, but you also said that you can talk to the stars, and that part is the part where I need to have a conversation with you about that.
well,
know,
how
but
else
we're
would
gonna
I know where
glance-
to go?
I don't know. You fucking figure it out in the middle of the desert by just trial and error, maybe dying, coming across some snakes that are made of electricity. I don't know.
I don't recommend doing that. You should probably follow me in my sex.
I don't know how to use that.
That's
So
why I'm
I
here.
guess okay. All right. I don't. Why are we're here for radio parts, right? That was how we chose this.
I did find some stuff. I did find some rubber and metal parts. They're by the bus.
You
Anyone knows how to use them.
light up with excitement. You found stuff. What kind of stuff? Can you describe the stuff? Is it big stuff? Is it little stuff? What's the stuff?
Stuff.
Oh, Alecto, look, a new project.
You just see her pop up from the side of the bus covered in like dirt or grease. Like, what project? Like
Yeah.
from apart or like I can put it together type thing.
Yeah, it's for the radio project.
Okay, almost done. And you just see her drop the jack. I think I've changed it. I think I've done this enough times unless they would like me to roll. I will roll to see if I fix the bus, but I feel like I got it.
Yeah, you're getting the hang of it. You've got the giant truck jack that you got last time. You can figure it out.
All right.
Lecto, I'm so proud of you.
That felt really good to hear. I should do better things so I can hear it more often.
Is this mean you're gonna drive better?
Was I driving bad?
No, you're just kind of driving all over the place, and Rosalind was in the back about to throw up, and I don't want to smell throw up in the middle of the desert sun. If I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think Mark actually did like once out the window.
I turned to Marnie. Is that true?
It would probably be smarter if I drove on the dirt because there's less of those holes in the thing. That way, like, I can just not have to swerve to avoid them because if I hit them, then the tire goes out. So
So this is
maybe,
why I'm so happy you're behind the wheel. You're learning. You're learning. You know?
I am one of those people that has to learn by doing something. Now, I heard project. She's just like, gimme sign.
I just point over at the pile of stuff by the bus.
Alecto does kind of grab Marnie, not aggressively by the collar, but just kind of like, I think you should help me. And she kind of just pulls Marnie.
Marnie stumbles along. Okay, I'm coming.
Just don't try to make an explosive cake out of it, please.
Radios don't explode unless it's a fake radio.
Whatever you say.
But yeah,
I mean,
I do bring-
she probably knows. She's taken mine apart enough times.
Yeah, we know.
I will fix it. I swear. That'll be my arc. That's gonna be my arc, fixing Evie's radio. But we do head over to the stuff that Rosalind had found for it was like a satellite that we had found, right? Like an antenna type thing.
You
that we had
guys found a cracked solar panel, but that seemed like it could still be used. You guys also, I closed all my notes. No, that's not good. You guys found some rubber tiles. You guys also found copper.
Could the tiles be used to maybe patch up any cracks on the solar panel, or would they be used for something else? Because I'm like, rubber tile. Marnie, what do you know about rubber tile? Like, what do you know about this? Because I'm really good at putting these together if I know what they do.
Yes, I was literally, thank you. I was going to ask, do I know? Would I know? Do I roll to know if I know?
You can roll to know.
And I'm assuming this would be wits.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh,
Can I give her help?
Yeah.
2. Okay, so that gives me another one. Okay.
Yeah.
Nope. No. So,
Would Talo be able to help if we were like rolling over to kind of look at what they were doing since he already fixes stuff here?
Talo rolls over and let's see. Is he gonna? I'm gonna roll a dice, and if he succeeds, he's gonna tell you something useful.
Can I use my talent to like figure out the right question to ask Talo?
Sure.
My intuition talent.
and then can I add help? Because I just realized I have electronics talent, which
Yeah.
means I get to add 2 to wits for manipulating and repairing electronic devices. Would he count as an electronic device? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to help you out
He
with my
definitely
head on.
does. There's nothing more electronic than Talo.
I mean, I don't know if that's like a valid use of my talent, but my talent just says that I can ask the GM to give me some kind of useful information. So it doesn't have to actually like make the radio work. It could be something else, but some kind of useful information. But her goal is to try to figure out the right question to ask him.
So your goal is to figure out like the right question to ask him. You're able to kind of start putting into your head that maybe he knows more about the art than he does about electronics. He is electronics, but he knows about electronics the way most people know about people. He isn't. Yeah.
I think Alecto is just like, as they're talking, and this is the thing where she remembers how when she was being trained to put things together, there was just always so much talking about what does this, what does that, like how to the proper process. She's like, you know what? I'm just gonna press up. I'm just gonna do it, and she's just gonna start messing with it, trying to put it together. That was 1, 2, and I rolled 2 instead of 6 here. Not a 1, 5, 3 5s, not a 1, 6.
So as you're kind of tinkering and kind of just, it's not so much you're building with it, but you're using it kind of in a way to figure out what it can do. So it is building, but it's building through almost this playful nature of trying to figure out what you can do with it. It definitely feels very rubbery. You feel like it could help absorb maybe some shock if things fell on it, because it is like a floor tile. When there's electricity, rubber is usually pretty good for grounding. Something else, you're not really sure.
Hey, Taylor, do you ever talk to anybody outside of here?
No,
That could get lonely. Sometimes I don't talk to anybody for days at a time.
that seems so frequent.
Does it make you sad that you can't talk to anybody else? Or are you excited to see people to visit?
People come and see the art. People haven't been coming. He like gets a little slumped shoulders. Nobody cares about art anymore.
You know what? I mean, maybe it's because no one knows the art is here. So if you came with us, you could tell people that there was art here and they would come and see you more often.
So, like on a journeyman trip and then come back home.
I've heard there's other art. And by near, you have no idea what near means to Taylor.
Perfect.
I'd like to see more.
Yeah.
We could take you to see more.
We're going to go find the Rogue Queen and we're going to see a salt sea that's kind of like art. And then we could go wherever we wanted before we brought you home.
And you guys have this little conversation as Taylor describes art that he wants to see. I want to see the beam.
Just one?
It's big and metal. I want to see it.
Okay.
How big of a bean are we talking about?
Bigger than this. And he holds his little arms out.
Evie's
Ow.
thinking about the size of the Beanie Baby that could hold a bean that size.
To see that.
Marnie's a little curious as to how Taylor even knows about all of this art.
What's this art? Where did you find out about all this art? You said you know about it, but how'd you find out?
And he motions over to like the little trailer on this over to the side. Books.
Wait, there's books?
Can we see the
See you later.
books?
I have a feeling we're all heading for the
Very excited about the books.
Grabs Rosalind by the back of the collar and be like, "Can we see the books, Taylor? Pretty face?"
Yeah.
And then let's go so Rosalind can run over.
And he just seems so excited to share his books. And you guys go into this like little trailer that's definitely seen better days. Down through time and sand and sun. There are cracks in the windows. And you guys see basically like museum grade texts about art from all over the world that this little robot is reading. I want to see this one. And he points at a statue of David statue. I want to see.
I think that one,
Farthing can read, so she's reading the descriptor.
I think that one's really far away. I think the world used to be different and things were closer, but we could try. I think you have to go to the ocean to see that one, and I want to see the ocean.
What's the ocean? Oh,
It's where the aliens live.
She finds a painting of like a beach in the book somewhere, and she points at the water and she goes,
That's the ocean. That really exists, not just the painting, but the thing in the painting.
it represents the ocean. I just thought it was called the big wave.
Yeah, that too. Maybe.
there's like the description is completely worn away.
You guys pour over these art books. Anyone else interested in doing anything else in this trailer? It's now probably about like 5 o'clock in the evening.
Are there any books on like the robots, like the little, like the one that's right there, or like the ones that are maybe around in the world?
Okay. Roll wit. A little manual that's very worn and feels very delicate in your hands. And it says like, and it's actually just like shoved in like a kitchen drawer, like, we'll call it the junk, and like a bunch of like ancient, leaky batteries, a lighter, and you see that it's named Talo is on the little, and you can see that the mechanics and that it's a companion robot. You also get like a diagram of his inner workings, but like almost the IKEA put together manual, the IKEA
Got it.
Talo robot.
She is kind of looking at Talo and thinking, I can't take him apart, but maybe upgrades. And she'll pour over it, trying to see like how you could get him a better wheel, or maybe like a clear picture into the bus. That's what she's looking at the book for.
Did we successfully make a radio? Or do we still need to find and/or make a radio?
Of the table, you guys have not made the radio yet because it's further out in San Jacinto, but you're getting extra bits and bobs because you don't know if it's complete or what the
I see. We're
status
getting
is.
stuff that might help us to fix the radio when we get to the radio. Okay.
Should we? Well, the sun's going to go down really soon, so we'll know how to go where we're going. Are we taking the bus? Does the bus go off-road or only on the road?
Definitely off-road.
I see faces. Okay.
You just have to hold on, honestly. And because you are talking like you're going to be our navigator, you'll be at the front of the bus, so you won't end up like Marnie John in the back
That
throwing out.
part's fine with me. I can be anywhere in the bus and tell people where to go. I might need to be on the top of the bus, actually.
I'm
Bugs in
not
your teeth.
sure. Not sure
That's
how
bugs in your teeth.
safe.
Can we make
Mhm.
me like a little backpack for on the outside of the bus.
She's like looking at the sky, like, how am I gonna see?
Is there any
And
plexiglass?
I guess I might
It's-
have to be in the
There's
front
You
of the
guys
bus.
cut a hole in the ceiling of the bus when we got the bus. So there's literally a hole in the bus.
Ah.
Perfect.
And as Farthing looks up into the night sky, looking at the twilight that has kind of settled down on the desert, seemingly a little early for the season. Your time is a wibbly wobbly thing anyway when you don't have clocks. And as you can see the sun start to set and the purple of night start to fall, there's almost a weird humming in the air, Farthing, and you can start to see from far northeast a almost mirage of colors further out, and you can roll to understand what it is, and I'll give you a bonus.
Do you want me to add the bonus into the number of dice I'm rolling, or
Yeah,
do you want to give it
yeah.
to me? Okay, so 1 extra die, 1 success.
So you've read about this in your farmanac, as I forget what it's called, for 5 seconds. So, but you do remember it. That looks like what was described as the Northern Lights, but we are not in the north. We are far south. That can only mean one thing: an EMP storm is brewing.
Guys, if we're gonna go and the van's gonna run and Taylor's gonna work, we gotta go now. Like
Yeah.
right now. Yep. There's an e-storm coming, I think. So we should probably let's get in the van. Yep, let's.
Okay. Everyone on
Hi,
the bus.
everybody.
Up.
Everybody
Yep.
on the bus.
Let's go.
I'm like, Taylor, we're gonna go see some art, and she scoops him up.
So you guys start to rush out from this trailer that is not going to do very well against electromagnetic storm.
Wait. And then Evie runs back and like she grabs all the books that she can.
I'm so sorry. I did want to ask if there's like a secret stash of romance novels or something, because even though the birthday celebration wasn't great, Rosalind does appreciate the effort begrudgingly. So if there is any kind of like entertainment that she could find to sort of like throw at everyone in the group so they'll leave her alone.
Yeah. Roll
Great.
wit.
And then yeah. Okay, so that's an 8. Why do I keep losing it? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, just 1.
2.
No, you get 2.
A 2?
You
Yeah.
get 2 romance books that have been childlike, busty lasses and bodice rippers for many reasons. But there are a couple like shoved in the back corner. What books do you find, Rosalind? Paint me this picture.
So one book is obviously a Fabio cover with like the hair and the breezy like peasant poet shirt and this heaving bosom woman. And then the other one is like the CEO type romance with like the nerdy glasses and an affair with his secretary. And I'm just looking at these and I'm like, I'll do. And I go over to Evie and I'm like, look, this can come in smart packages. And I hand her the CEO romance novel and I say, you can get better choices. You just don't go for the first thing you find. And then I'm shoving the other one at Pele.
What is
Take
the
it.
book for? What is this book for?
Entertainment purposes.
You see Evie, like she gets handed a book and she looks at Rosalind and she's like, I know you like hate this. You hate whenever I engage, but please just let me hug you again. Please.
Just kind of like reach my elbow over and sort of rub her arm a little bit. Like that's all you get. Bye.
Are you guys still in the trailer or it's happening on the bus?
We're walking towards the bus.
Yeah.
Okay,
We're hustling towards the bus.
Jogging.
with player consent, Alecto kind of like nudges Rosalind to push her into Evie a little to force a hug.
No, that's fine. I as the player do not mind. Rosalind, on the other hand, is just kind of like
There. Physical intimacy will not harm you.
what was that scene in Mulan where the large chested short one was being hugged? Stop touching me. Yeah, that's
Farthing
basically it.
runs past Marnie John and is like, nope, you had no more time for samples.
Marnie John, if you did have a sample, you had definitely finally caught one of the lizards, and as you were about to start examining it, you saw that the back of its scales were fused with the same sandblasted glass, shards of sea glass. And then you can't take any more samples.
So Marnie's just so upset that she can't take anymore. So she grabs all the samples that she does have and she's piling up. She's got one under an armpit. She's got one in between her breasts. She's got 4 in her back pocket because her belt's full. And she just comes, all right, I'm coming. And she's bouncing towards you, just trying to get to you. And samples are flying all over the place. She's like, I just got to leave. But she refuses to let go of the lizard that is in her hand because she can't get any more samples and she can't grab any more sample bags. So she's just walking around with the lizard flopping around, and the lizard's eyes are just what is happening? The lizard's fine, but the lizard is flopping around, very confused.
Beautiful. I was gonna ask, which pocket does the lizard go into?
Right here, just flapping around.
And as you guys all get onto the bus, Farthing quite hurriedly, Marnie John carrying a lizard, who is also now on this adventure. At the very back of the bus, you can see little Talo staring at the bright colored lights of, his impending doom. Just with this wide-eyed look of wonder, because it is beautiful.
Farthing, more adeptly than you would expect her to, slides into the van, pops up her head out of the little window, and is like, right, we got 2 new friends. It's time to go. Happy Marty's grass. And slams on the roof and is like, Alecto, we're going that way.
That way? Okay. And she just, pulls the whatever the I don't know how in real life how to ride a bus or drive a bus. I just you pull a couple levers.
Shift.
It's a section. I actually kind of semi know how to do that very semi on the maybe, but she does maneuver and is able to get the bus going. And this is because my youngest said I have to say this canonically that I am driving above speed limit. I asked her, what would you like me to do in character? She's like, you should drive the car really fast, above the speed limit, since there's no cops. Okay.
There's also no speed limits, so I don't.
We're not telling her that part.
There could be some old signs still up. We don't know.
There's one sign that says neighborhood watch out for, and it's turtles, little tortoises crossing the street. And then there's another sign that says 15 miles an hour, drive like somebody you love lives here.
Going.
And just blazing it.
As fast as the
roll
bus can go.
agility as you try to outrun an electromagnetic storm.
Can I help her?
Yeah.
Please.
With the navigating, so you can get a die from me, Alecto.
Oh, I got one.
Yeah.
Yes.
So as you're able to deftly drive this bus like you stole it down a dirt road with potholes and, impending electromagnetic storms, it does feel like there is a little electrical humming in the air. Anything that is digital is struggling. Talo's screen seems to be flickering a little bit, but he's still kind of staring out out in wonder of in the windows of all these beautiful lights and colors. The good news is your bus is not electronic at all. It is adding computers to vehicles, so that is good news. So you're able to continue to drive. Even your guys' skin and hair can feel that weird tingling sensation of the extra electricity in the air, up in the atmosphere, painting the desert sky colors that are rare to see in real life. A beautiful night sky, impending doom. Your mountain top awaits further down the road. And that's where we're going to call it tonight as you guys try to outrace the storm. Thank you, everybody, for coming to join us. This is Girls Gone Wasteland. We're going to go around the circle and everybody is going to tell you who they are and where you can find them on the internet seas. And we're going to start with our birthday girl.
Wait. I saw it. Hi, my name is Kaylee. I am the gaming anthropologist on Instagram and Threads. I also have a blog on Medium and Substack. I write about anthropology, social science, gaming culture, stuff like that. So hit me up, send me a follow. You send people follows? Did I say that right? No, I did not. Follow me and read my stuff. pay my bills. No, I'm kidding. Thank you for having me for my birthday. This was so fun.
Yay!
Thank you.
Your turn.
Hi, I'm V. I'm Typer Voxelations on all my social medias, but especially Instagram and threads. That's all. I'm not online a lot. But yeah, that's me. I'm also an artist. I keep forgetting that part.
And thank you, B, for all these lovely little arts of our characters around. Beautiful fan art that you made of your own character from last episode. It was fantastic.
I'm gonna get to everyone soon. I've been talking to people. I'll get there eventually.
Are you also gonna make Taylor?
Of course. Absolutely.
Okay, but
Taylor's
so cute.
moving a little bit up on the list of priorities because of how cute he is. I'm so sorry, guys, but yeah.
What about little lizard dude?
I'll need a description.
Yes. Hello, everybody. I am Victoria, and you can find me at sometimes Tori on Instagram and on TikTok. I'm just a goofy lady on the platforms. That's all. So yeah, that's sometimes the actual punctuation of a dot Tori on those different platforms. Thank you.
All right, over to Lady Lily.
Hi guys, I'm Lady Lily, and I am Lady Lily on TikTok, Instagram, and here on Twitch. I'm Lady Lily of La La Land. I run a streaming channel where a lot of it is me playing platformers or an RPG that cause me to want to break my controller, and then I do my best to not do that because I'm on camera, and I do my best to control. But if you want to see me get really angry at a platformer, check me out. I'm actually quite funny when I'm pissed. But I also run a D&D 5e game on Wednesdays at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time called Fae Academy, where I have thrown now 6 players into a magical university and told them to up the CW melodrama. It's been a lot of fun. We have an arranged marriage happening while that character has a partner, and the arranged marriage is to the main villain. It's a whole thing. We're having a lot of fun.
Over to Megan.
Hi, my name is Megan Skyhale. I'm Sky She, SKYESIDHE, just to make it hard. Everywhere you can find people, I'm on TikTok and Instagram and Blue Sky. I run a theater company and a nonprofit in Portland, Oregon that does immersive theater, a lot of Shakespeare, a lot of weird movement theater, a lot of variety shows with like circus and stuff. If you live on the West Coast, come see us. And if you don't, we're trying to get our streaming back up so that we can have some shows that feel not like a shitty movie, but actually like theater on the internet. So we'll keep you posted. Plus, I'm working on a one-woman show based on Lady Macbeth that is hopefully going to be touring to Fringes. Yeah.
And then Merm, your turn.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. My name is Merm. I use they, she pronouns, and tonight I've been playing Pele, who uses she, her pronouns. And you can find me at my Instagram and my Blue Sky, which is at Merm with 3 R's. It's MIRRRM. And on Instagram, there's some underscores, and on Blue Sky, there's not. This is my cat Polka Dot, who has made many appearances tonight because he has an infection and he's very needy right now. For upcoming stuff, I have, I think, 3 projects starting in the month of March. So you'll find me in a lot more streams playing a bunch of fun characters across 3 different Twitch channels. And then what am I doing? I don't think I have a whole lot actually happening except Sunday. I'm going to be on the Apochromatic channel raising money for charity. We're going to be playing a D&D 5e one-shot called A Spell on Harlem. I'm very excited for that. And then on March 1st, I'm going to be GMing my first game on stream.
Yay!
Called A Gaggle of Chaos, where all of my players may or may not be geese, and the chaos that will ensue from that. But I am equally terrified and excited for that. And I'm also kind of kickstarting the month that they're going to be hosting a bunch of folks who have never GM'd before to give them their first experience. So
Yay!
yeah, and that'll be on the Nerds with Dice channel. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm Idly, of course. This is my channel, The Bad Ideas. Next week, we will be doing the first of our monthly one-shots where we will have guest DMs from all over the internet and guest players trying either new systems that we haven't played or showcasing different games that we love. And it's going to be absolutely fantastic. And I'm very excited to kickstart this off. It's going to be great. As always, this year I have counted how many projects I have in the pipeline, and it's 8. So I can't plug all of them. But starting next week, We have Eberron coming back over on To Be Diced, where I get to play Sheila, everybody's favorite undead barbarian dog. Monday, Dress to Quest will be back on Tabletop Misfits, where actually Lady Lily will be DMing. So I'll plug you for you, and I get to decide what disaster I am going to play in that. And then, as I said, next Tuesday, tune back into this channel and we will have the first of our series of Hit Me With Your One Shot is what we decided it was called. I'm very excited for these projects, also a little terrified. We have other things in pre-production. And so because my brain is made of soup right now from how much thinking and thunking I've had to do for the last couple days, I will be taking a slight producer break so that my brain doesn't fully turn to jelly. So if I'm a little harder to get a hold of for the next couple days, it's because it's me time. Thank you. I will be working my other job and then also working at the Satisfactory, playing some video games to heal my soul just a little bit. Anyway, that's us at Girls Gone Wasteland on the Bad Ideas. Thank you and have a fantastic night. And remember, we're all wasted here.